Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here tonight. This is a special occasion for the town of Lewisville. We have an opportunity to thank and say goodbye to our current council and welcome a new council coming in. I know a number of us have been in this position for a lot of years, particularly the guy to my left, your right. And so we know how special occasion it is for all of you and your families. So we're so glad that you're here with us today. We'll start, as we customarily do, with our roll call.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ivan Huffman.
I'm Tom Lawson.
Happy Thursday. My name is Melissa Hunt.
I'm going to miss hearing that. I'm Mayor Mike Horn.
Hi, I'm Ken Sadler.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Jane Welch.
Good Thursday evening. I'm Monty Long.
Very good, and let's see if I can catch them all. We have our town manager, our town attorney, our town planning director. As I work around the room, our community policing sergeant. We have our town receptionist event planner. We have our town clerk. We have our town public works director. Is there anybody stay home tonight? And we have our town communication specialist. There she is in the very back. Very good. Did I miss anybody? They're all here. Very good. Thank you all. Glad you're with us this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, please, and stand if you're able, for the invocation led by Councilman Sadler and the Pledge of Allegiance following that.
Let us bow. We give thanks for the favor that you have shown to those of us who had the privilege of serving the community over the years, and the prospect of those who will follow, that they will continue the traditions that have been set by previous councils of maintaining civility and, when they disagree, not being disagreeable. We are thankful for the citizens of the wonderful town and their support of the direction that has been set with their assistance and encouragement. We ask that you continue to bless this town in the years to come. This and all good things we ask in your name, dear Lord, and let us all say amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All righty. Madam Manager, you want to go through our consent agenda? So we actually have to adopt our current agenda. Council members, you received the agenda earlier this week. Are there any changes, revisions, or any additions anybody wants to make? Not, we'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda for this evening.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Long makes the motion. Ms. Welch makes the second. Any discussion? All in favor? Yeah, that happens a lot with my mouth. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. That is unanimous. Now our consent agenda.
Yes, sir. On this evening's consent agenda, we have Resolution 2025-052, financial statements for 4 months ended October 31st of 2025, approval of agenda briefing minutes for November 6, 2025, and lastly, approval of regular meeting minutes for November the 13th, 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, the consent agenda is items that traditionally come before the council. We take them as a group because they're routine matters. However, any council member could ask for any item to be pulled off and considered independently. Council, what's your pleasure?
Move to approve consent agenda.
I'll second.
Mr. Huffman makes a motion. I believe,
Lawson.
Mr. Lawson, or was it Mr.
It was
Long?
Lawson.
Okay, we'll give a tie to both of you guys. Madam Clerk, you can choose whoever you want to choose on that one. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. That is unanimous. All righty. Michelle, you have a presentation for us tonight.
Thank you, guys. I'm here to present our Movember Challenge winner. Movember is an event that we have here in Lewisville for the month of November to encourage people to go out and about and move and to track their steps and to track their miles. And then anyone who entered, who walked 50 miles during the month of November or 132,000 steps, they tracked it, they turned it into me. Veronica and I put their names on little slips of paper and I drew them out of a candy dish. But I have some really interesting facts or statistics about this Movember. We had 19 people to turn in their log. The people who were logging their miles logged 890.6 miles. And the people who were tracking their steps, are you ready? Logged 2,919,969 steps. And our winner, who we are recognizing for exceptional dedication, stamina, and commitment to health and fitness, is Amy Seeley. And she did 362,781 steps. So come on down, Amy.
Very good. I know I speak for all the council members and others in this room. Thank you for doing our exercises for us. All righty. PJ, you're here, I know. There you are.
I'm going to take my 12 steps.
Hope everybody's having a good week. Our stats for November, 778 total calls for service, 442 security checks, 22 traffic arrests, 15 alarms, and 4.5 minute response time to the priority responses. So you can see the numbers running pretty close to what they were last year at this time, 770 being the total calls for service last year at this time, 430 security checks, 34 traffic violations, 15, and then a 5-minute response time. So not a lot to report. Just want to remind everybody that traffic on Sunday, I'll be shutting the road down about 2:30 for the parade. So just be mindful of that. Bear with us. Parking's going to be a little bit of a bear, but get here early, wrap up. I've already threatened Maureen. I told her it was too cold for us to come out and work. So anyway, so bring lots of blankets and just pay attention and watch out for the pedestrian traffic when we leave. We'll probably divert everybody out of town what we can until some of this foot traffic dies down. So just to remind everybody to slow down and give us a few extra minutes. So.
Very good. Council members, any questions for PJ? PJ, I want to thank you, of course, for all you do. You are actually our longest-serving deputy in the town of Lewisville. And for those of you who don't know, PJ made a special accommodation. He could have been promoted up into the department a number of times, but he chose to stay out here in Lewisville. We know we're a great community, but PJ, we're a great community because of what you and your deputies do. So thanks for everything, and I hope I don't see you on the road.
Jane, you don't call me for any more skunks. It has been a pleasure working with each one of you, and I do wish you the best on whatever the future holds for you. So if anything I can do for you, please don't hesitate, as long as it's not involving a skunk or a raccoon.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, PJ. Madam Manager, you have a proclamation to read.
So it's the last proclamation of the year, the last proclamation of this seated council, and one that is so very near and dear to my heart. I'm not trying to get upset, but proclamation 2025-004 reads, whereas the strength and success of our community are built upon the dedication, vision, and service of those who step forward to lead. Whereas Mayor Mike Horn, Mayor Pro Tem Melissa Hunt, and council members Ivan Huffman, Tom Lawson, Monty Long, Dr. Ken Sadler, and Jane Welch have faithfully served the people of the town of Lewisville with integrity, compassion, and a steadfast commitment to the public good. Whereas during their tenure, they executed the completion of the Williams Road Gateway project, led efforts for the Great Wagon Road groundbreaking, approved and adopted the overhaul of the Unified Development Ordinance, updated the traffic mitigation policy to ensure traffic safety throughout Lewisville, supported the completion of the Jack Warren Park improvement projects, including the addition of a nature trail, disc golf course, and amphitheater, championed Shallowford Square events, Lewisville boards and committees, and Mary Alice Warren Community Center events, programs, and classes, initiated the first of many Mary Alice Warren Community Center blood drives, facilitated a compensation and classification study as a means to update the staff personnel policy, and sought resident feedback through the recent Lewisville Citizen Survey, leaving a lasting positive impact on the lives of residents. Whereas their leadership has been marked by a willingness to listen, to collaborate, and to act in the best interest of all, fostering trust and unity within our community. Whereas as they conclude their terms of service, we recognize their countless hours of hard work, personal sacrifice, and unwavering dedication to making the town of Lewisville a better place for all. And now therefore, on behalf of the Mayor Mike Horn of the town of Lewisville, North Carolina, it is hereby proclaimed that December 11th, 2025 be a day of recognition and gratitude for the outgoing elected officials cited above, and encourage all residents to join in honoring their service and wishing them continued success in all future endeavors. In witness whereof, Mayor Mike Horn has hereunto set his hand and caused the seal of the town of Lewisville to be affixed this, the 11th day of December 2025.
Thank you, Stacy. Council members, without objection, we'll approve this proclamation. I hear no objections because it was all about the good things we did. So I think we're in pretty good shape. Thank you, Stacy. That was very kind of you. I know you and Angie had a hand in writing that, and so thank you very much for your thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, there will be 3 opportunities for you to talk to the council tonight. The first opportunity is a public forum, which is coming up right now. Second opportunity will be in a few minutes at a public hearing, and the public hearing is regarding our approval of our Lewisville-Clemens annexation agreement. And then finally, at the end of the meeting, we'll have another opportunity for you to address the new council as they take their seats. I'm trying to think, if you're here again for the public hearing, hold your comments until that particular point. Is there anybody that wishes to come forward and address the council this evening? Certainly with this many people, there's got to be some thoughts out there. Here comes one.
Evening, Mayor, Council. I'm Bo Howe, 441 Roller Mill Drive. Just wanted to extend my thanks to all that's been done by this council. Had the opportunity and pleasure to work with all of you a little bit, and a few of you a lot of a bit. And it's been great to see the town grow under your leadership. I think particularly of the ones who've been here the longest, Mayor, Ken, Dr. Sadler, Jane, Melissa, Tom, especially. I've gotten to know you in various different capacities. I'll not say a whole lot because I'm sure a whole lot more will remain to be said tonight, but I will say this: your seats will be filled in a little while, but your shoes never will. Congratulations, all.
Thank you, Bo.
Thank you.
Anyone else wish to speak? Mr. Bessie, please come forward. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Bo is our longtime previous town attorney, and if you look at all of our documents and the things that we've done over probably close to 20 years, you'll see his handiwork in it. Welcome, Commissioner.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. I'm Dan Bessie. I'm the at-large member of the Forsyth County Commission. My address is 412 Auburndale Street in Winston-Salem. But I'm here this evening specifically to thank the outgoing mayor and council members for your service to the Lewisville residents of our larger county community, to congratulate our new mayor and council members for the opportunity you have earned to serve all the people of Lewisville for the next 2 years, and to say that I stand ready to respond to any inquiries that you have about county work, because I understand, as you do and as you have shown you do, that we are partners in the effort to serve the members of our community. The county and the towns should never be rivals, but partners going forward. And thank you for the opportunity to stand here and thank you for what you have done and what you're about to endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. It's good to see you here tonight. Dan and I go back a long, long time, and we've served together on a number of boards and commissions, and it's always good to see you when you come out to this part of the world. Anyone else wish to speak? Please come forward. State your name and address.
You knew I wouldn't just let you go, didn't you? It's Susan Fry, Will Austin Court in Lewisville. And I'm just here to say thank you. Thank you all, mostly for listening. You've been very supportive. You listen to everyone. Your decisions are made by research and, doing what you think is best for the town. Whether I agreed with them or not, it didn't really matter. You did the right thing for the town, and we appreciate it. And you will be missed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Susan. For those of you who don't know Susan, Dan, raise your hand back there. Dan and Susan are permanent fixtures at all of our council meetings. They live up on North Street, and it's always good. I know something's going on when I don't look out and they're not in the audience. So thank you guys, not only for your words tonight, Susan, but for your loyalty to come in and observe the council. Anyone else wish to speak? Anyone at all? All righty, we'll close this portion of the public forum. Moving on, I believe, Stacy, you have a presentation on our public hearing for this evening.
Thank you, Mayor. Before you tonight is ordinance 2025-037 to consider approval of the Lewisville-Clemens annexation agreement. Back in 2000, the town entered into an annexation agreement with the village of Clemens that has since expired. We would like to reinstate that agreement. As you can see on your screen, the map provided shows a line in which both municipalities agree to maintain. In the Lewisville area, where it says Lewisville annexation area, Clemens agrees not to initiate voluntary annexations, and likewise in the Clemens annexation area, Lewisville agrees not to initiate. The agreement, just as the previous one, is for a period of 20 years. Unless there are questions for me, Mayor, we do have scheduled tonight the public hearing for the matter this evening.
Very good. Any questions for the manager? If not, ladies and gentlemen, this is a public hearing. Anybody wish to speak in support of or in opposition to the annexation agreement? Speaking in support of or in opposition to? If not, this will be the fastest public hearing we've ever had. Thank you very much on this night. We'll close the public hearing. Council members, what's your pleasure?
I'll make a motion that we adopt it.
I'll second.
Mr. Lawson makes the motion. Mr. Huffman makes the second. Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor, just in line with what you mentioned earlier regarding the consent agenda, this is really not an item that appears to have been lightly considered by the rapidity of which this is happening. But we had significant discussions about it, making sure that we were protecting the town and all of the rights of the town. Most of you are aware that involuntary annexation in North Carolina is not permitted anymore, and so all annexations that occur are voluntary in nature. And we have done what we needed to do, we believe, to protect the boundaries of Lewisville, and in collaboration with Clemens, made this agreement. So that's just FYI information for you, just so you don't come away thinking that this was lightly considered.
Very good. Thank you, Doctor.
I have a question. So Clemens, they've already done their piece of it. Have they already had theirs?
Their public hearing, I believe, is scheduled for January.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Council, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. That is unanimous. Angie, you've got a clerk's report for us this evening.
Yes, Mr. Mayor and Council. I wanted to report out that I had received a request for a voluntary annexation on December the 2nd from the Board of Directors of the Lewisville Fire Department for Station 13. That is located at 9420 Shallowford Road. Staff met earlier this week to work on a timeline for this item. So it is projected that at the January 8th meeting of council, I will present the petition and a resolution to give authorization to investigate this. And then a public hearing hopefully will be held for the planning board January the 14th, and then for town council, March the 12th.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we as Dr. Sadler mentioned, we no longer have the opportunity to do any annexations unless somebody wishes to be part of Lewisville and voluntarily annexed in. We're always thrilled, and it happens with some regularity, of folks that live just outside our town borders who wish to become part of our town of Lewisville. And thank you very much, and I'll extend our appreciation to the fire department when I talk to them next week. Very good, thank you. Any questions for Angie? All righty, council members, we've arrived at the time, I think, when you have an opportunity to share your thoughts. And let it be noted that this will be your last opportunity to share your thoughts. Very good. I'd like to tip my hat and lead off with our Mayor Pro Tem, Melissa.
Thank you. All right, so can everyone hear me okay for TV or whatever? All right, so I wrote this. I've been working on this since July. It's only going to be about 2 minutes and 38 seconds, so hang in there with me. I've taken time to reflect and prepare these departing comments since July. Tonight I share them with you, and I want to thank you in advance for listening over the next couple minutes as I close out this incredible chapter of service. First and foremost, I want to give honor and glory to God for giving me the courage, strength, and time to serve the wonderful residents of Lewisville. It has been by His grace that I've had the privilege to carry out this responsibility over the past 6 years. To my children and family, thank you. Thank you for your unwavering support, for your patience, and for sharing me with this community. Your sacrifices made it possible for me to serve wholeheartedly. To the residents of Lewisville, what a joy it's been to serve you. Thank you for trusting me, for sharing your thoughts, your hopes, your needs, and your wants. I want you to know your voice was heard. I appreciated your boldness, your honesty, and your passion for our town. To our town staff, thank you. You are the backbone of Lewisville. You make this town run. Over the past 6 years, I've had the honor of collaborating with you through important milestones, many of which Stacy just mentioned earlier, so I'll kind of cut all the way through that. These achievements and many more were possible because of your dedication and hard work, so thank you, staff. Very much appreciated. To those I have served beside, many speak of Lewisville's small-town charm, and after serving alongside incredible men and women since 2019, I am convinced that this charm is not just in the traditions or the landscape. It is embodied in the very people you see in the frames along this room on each side of you. Throughout my time, I've worked to uphold the principles of consistency, collaboration, and community, my 3 C's, not just for today, but for the future of Lewisville. So as I step away from this role, I want to reaffirm something. My work here was not about partisanship or personal recognition. I felt like we were guided by a shared commitment to serve with integrity, to develop thoughtful and responsible policy, and to protect the public resources we were given. Though we may come from diverse backgrounds and perspectives, we were united in purpose. We were focused on the well-being, the progress, and the future of Lewisville. So thank you, Council, for that, to each one of you. As I close this chapter, I do so with gratitude and peace. For now, my focus returns to my children, my family, and my business. As the book of Matthew reminds us, let your yes be yes, and your no be no. Anything more comes from evil. May we speak clearly, act wisely, and always lead with love. Thank you, Lewisville. I'll see you around.
Dr. Sadler.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. That's sort of a difficult act to follow. But by the comments that the Mayor Pro Tem has made, it's clear that the quality of individuals who have served and are serving and who will serve on this council justifies the election of the folks who are your representatives. I would thank my family also. My wife's here, who has, every time I've said, is it okay? Yes, if that's what you want to do. And my sons, when they were around, also supported my efforts. I reflect back, I hear from Hank Chilton, who was the first mayor, and I hear from, Hank lives out in Kentucky now, and I hear from him from time to time. And so he wrote to me in the last few weeks just asking me how I thought things were going to go. And I said, the folks who are part of the process are people who are committed to Lewisville, not to party or anything else. We serve here for the town and for the traditions that have been set by previous councils and the citizens. I was allowed to participate in the process back in 1990 time frame when we were thinking about incorporating, and the Civic Club was kind enough to enable me to participate in the development of the charter. Spent time with Hank Chilton here and in Raleigh trying to convince folks that it was the right thing to do to allow us to incorporate. And so we were given that privilege to become a municipality in North Carolina. And then all of the other things that the manager mentioned in terms of things we've done over the years. There are a lot of people, the people in the audience who participated in that process of getting us a town square when back at that time nobody thought that would really ever happen, and some people were vehemently opposed to it. And then all the things that have come since then that are a benefit to the citizens. So, I reflect back on all of that and the work and the efforts that have been exhausted by the mayor, who, you all know that, he works tirelessly on behalf of Lewisville. People say, well, people said to me, would you consider being mayor? And I would say, well, no, I'm not a Mike Horn. I'm not a Tom Lawson, Bob Stebbins, or Dan Pugh, or Hank Chilton. That's really not my lane, and that's not really anything that I would have an interest in, and not suggesting that anybody would have ever elected me to be mayor in the first place.
I think you had a pretty good chance.
Well,
I'd bet on that one.
Well, I appreciate you all saying that, but, really what my efforts have always been about in Lewisville was to maintain the traditions of the town, the small town atmosphere that we have here, and to do what you all sent us to do and not what we wanted to do. Sometimes we come to these positions and we think that we're going to change the world, and there's a lot we're going to be able to do. Well, this is a small town, about 14,000, a little over 14,000 residents. We don't make decisions that affect anybody else in this county or the state or nationally, even though we all have the right to vote and participate in that process at those levels. That's not something that we're here to do as participants in the town council, and that's not something we have done. So anyway, I get a little long-winded at times, and I should have done what Melissa did and what my mother always told us to do, all of us. If you're ever going to speak in front of somebody, you write it down, and so you can be concise and make sense. And so that I don't ramble too much, I'll just say that I really appreciate, as Melissa mentioned, serving with everybody here and everybody that I've served with in my 30 years on the council. This will be the third time that I've stepped off the council, and at my age, it's unlikely that I'll be trying to step back on. But I appreciate my elder statesman here to my left. Jade and I are born in the same year, that's why I say that. But I appreciate the confidence that all of you have shown for me over the years, and all of the commitments that all of the folks who are sitting in this audience have to the town of Lewisville. I know that you're all committed or you wouldn't be here. So thank you so much for what you've allowed me to do for the 30 4+ years and being involved in the development of this town and this community. So thank you so much.
Ms. Welch?
Yes. Well, welcome, everyone. It's such a joy to see those that have come tonight, and with this excitement of a new council, a new mayor, it just makes my heart sing. So thank you for coming and being supportive, too, of the new individuals. I want to first thank my Savior, who has given me the peace, no matter how I voted or wished I hadn't, that having him as the one I go to has given me the peace of continuing on. And then I'd like to thank my husband, who has given me his support, his encouragement, and his belief in me. And John, if you would raise your hand. Thank you for coming. And of course, I have to thank the Lewisville citizens who entrusted in me to serve here on this council. And with 14,000 individuals, I think one of 7, I represent about 2,000 people. And that has kept me focused. That's a lot of individuals. And with that support through the years, it has given me the strength to continue and to make me want to really do a good job for them. Often we do give an award here for you're one of the reasons Lewisville is a great place to live. And we have awarded, I guess, about 20. Do you know by chance, Angie, a little count? So we don't do this job together. It really is a town that works together. Thank you for that. And then, as the new individuals that are elected will find out, we have the best staff, I think, in the nation. And they will lead you. We have a new town attorney. We both have an Alabama background, so I know he'll be fine. And they will guide you, and you also have a member with Fred who has served on the council together, and he will be a great asset as well. So just the best of luck to each of you. I'm thinking about some of the memories I've had through the years as serving over 15 years now, and with Ken all through those years. And if he used some hair color, we would look a little more similar. But we went through the incorporation effort together as a new town. We had the youngest town manager as an interim in the nation. He was at one time the youngest. And when he came to Lewisville as our interim town manager, he was the oldest. So it was such a pleasure to serve with him, and he gave us the idea of the town square, and we were able to make that happen. So that's a great memory. Being on the first elected council, I remember saying to a girlfriend, you know, I hope they'll have enough people to run for that first council. I said, let's run together. And she said, no, Jane, but you do it. So I thought, I'm going to do it, not knowing exactly what I was getting into, but a lot of guidance and support for us. So we worked together. We did the town square, the new library, the town hall. We were able to build that, the complete town hall, because we were shovel ready. And so with the Obama administration, we had the funds to complete it. Then, of course, we've had the Mary Alice Community Center, that great woman of 104 who just died recently, that gave us the property for that, and in honor of her husband for the Jack Warren Park. And we will miss her always. And now with the Great Wagon Road to be completed by 2029, we'll have some sewer downtown, more areas for business. So I think that will certainly be a plus. And so some of the lessons I have learned about the citizen trust, that is the most valuable thing I had in this position, is the trust of the town. And I would say to the newly elected, just to know your facts as best you can, be sincere, because people will criticize you that don't know the facts. But you were elected because people can't vote for every issue. So you choose a group who hopefully has done their homework and will be respectful to each other as all of these individuals have. And to realize you never want to think of your next election because you want to be able to have your self-respect. And it may not be popular, you may not be elected the next time, but will you still have the family that loves you? Yes. Will you still have your friends? You will. So what will you lose? Very little. So be true to yourself. And as I think back, we didn't always have such serious or minutes that we were all anxious. We had a few light moments, and one I shared with Mayor Horn when we served on the council together. He's already realizing what's going to be said. But we were serving together, and one of the other council members, or I think it was our mayor at that time, who was asking our town manager an opinion. And he kept saying, well, in your analysis, and Mike and I looked at each other and said, he keeps saying your analysis. And we couldn't quit laughing. But we got through that as well. So other than that, as this new group has gotten through the candidates forum that the Civic Club has always put on for the town, so important, but it's very nerve-wracking because you don't know what the questions are. And a couple of times I've served as the only woman, and one of those times that question comes up is, Bo will know, why do you think you're a better candidate than any of these others? And I thought, I certainly cannot judge my other candidates, but I did know for a fact I could wear a dress and not be talked about. But best of luck to the newly elected. Appreciate your staff. They run the day-to-day of the town, and they are the backbone. Treat them with respect and appreciate them. Thank you.
Thank you, Jane. Tom?
Yes, sir. Well, again, the farther down the list you are, the harder it is to come up with things to say. I will say this, the first time I got appointed to a committee in Lewisville, my son was 2. He turned 33 last summer. I've had the privilege of serving in some capacity with every single person I think that's ever been involved with the town at all, except maybe Mr. Sanfilippo. I don't think I knew him. But these folks, Ken, Mike, Jane, you look at all these pictures, they're in every one of them. And they start all the way down at the first one. So during that time frame, we formed a planning board, and I really wanted to be on that. I got rejected a couple times, and then finally appointed. I saved the rejection letters. I got them from Hank. And then, as we came over to hit this wall, I actually had the privilege of serving with them on a number of those years. And I'm gonna echo something that everyone here has said. Your family makes it possible. My children were young. I had one son. A couple years later, I had another one. I asked my wife, these kids are young. Can you have me be away and doing these things? She said, I'm letting you do that. And she said, I consider it my contribution to Lewisville, helping with the children. And boy, true words were never spoken. I can't tell you what a great thrill it was to work with everybody up here. I was on the planning board. There was a vacancy. I got appointed in March and got a chance one more time to serve with these folks. And some of the things you've heard, they're all true. The time, the dedication, and the experience that these folks have. They took me on as a very young man and allowed me to be serving on boards and committees and so forth and tolerated me long enough to get enough experience to know a little bit about what I was doing. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. As long as we're sharing some stories, I've got to share one. It's about Jane. I've shared it with her before, and it goes back to when we were having the referendum whether or not there should be an ABC store in Lewisville. And Mayor Stebbins was mayor at the time, and they had these conversations, and they'd figured out, okay, you usually try to make sure your council's going to be on board with something like that before you bring it forward, because if they're not, there's no point. And so it gets through all the discussion, all that is finished, and it gets to Bob sitting back going, okay, can we have a motion? Somebody makes the motion. I make a motion that we're going to adopt allowing an ABC store in Lewisville. And there's crickets. I think it was Jane that made the motion. So there's crickets. There's no second. And it sits there, and finally Bob says, well, I guess it dies for lack of a second. And Jane says, I'll drink to that. So when you talk about the moments of levity, that's one that always strikes me. But more than anything, it's the friendships that you make. And as far as advice for the new council, I would just say this. Everyone, my experience, whether I was mayor, council, whatever it was, there's going to be, every member on that board is going to have strengths and they're going to have weaknesses. And there's always going to be a tendency to notice the weaknesses and maybe focus on that, when really the key I always felt was, if a person has 9 things they're weak at, 1 they're good at, use the one they're good at. Don't reflect on where they're weak. Make them stronger, shore them up with that. The only other piece of advice I would offer is something that we've always benefited from here, and Lord knows these folks will attest to it. I love a good debate. And they've always made it possible where you could be completely honest and have a completely open and honest debate about whatever it was. And then when that debate was through, there would be a vote, and there would be an action. And when that was done, no one ever held a grudge. You could separate people, the personal side of it, from the business side of it. And I would say this, there is no greater gift than that, because when people feel open to be able to speak honestly to you, then you can really get to the heart of what it is you need to do or what it is you need to think about. If people get to a point where they're afraid that you'll hold a grudge, there'll be some vindication, something of that nature, then what happens is they stop talking to you. Either altogether, or they'll just tell you what you want to hear, and then everybody suffers for that. So that's pretty much it for my advice to the new group. I look forward to the future. I look forward to, there's a little bit of trepidation when you get a bunch of new people, but there's also some excitement to that too, because you get a whole fresh approach to a lot of things. And in this town, that's always been rewarding as well. Historically, most of us have term limited out after 4 terms. And so there's, in an effort to try to keep that going along. So I congratulate you on what you've achieved, and I look forward to all the wonderful things you'll do. And I appreciate the support of the citizens and the time that I've had working on boards and committees and with this group. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming out tonight.
Thank you, Tom. Mr. Huffman.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I did write my notes down because I was going to ramble and y'all are going to get tired of hearing me talk, so I wrote them down. First, thanks for being here. It is a full room, and that's something that we all look forward to, so thank you. Sometimes it reverbs if it's empty, and it just feels like you're getting echoed back. So, but tonight, I don't wish to talk politics or elections or even council business, but people, and it's the reason I ran for the seat I'm in. It is my last time here in this seat, and I wish to share with you a few takeaways from my time in front of you as a servant. This will not be my last time as a public servant, but it's likely to be my last for the town of Lewisville. To my fellow council members, it's been a pleasure to serve alongside you, to learn from you and to view the needs of our town in many ways. I was green when I got in this seat, and I probably still am green to most of you and to most everyone that I meet. But your individual qualities and your welcoming me to this seat makes you all wonderful people, and I'm proud to call you all dear friends. We've handled big projects, but we've also looked forward, not backward, for our town, and that I'm proud of. To my wife, thank you for allowing me to enter into this venture right at the start of our life together and keeping my head screwed on tight. Contrary to the thoughts of some, we didn't get rich doing this. We actually passed up opportunities to advance our family so that I could keep this commitment to our town that I made. Thank you for standing beside me while I serve the town that I and 5 generations before me have called home. To my fellow residents, so many of you have welcomed my youth and different viewpoints and way of thinking. Thank you. For those that I've not met, our paths will likely cross in the future, but I must say this, something that's near and passionate to my heart and what I do every day of my waking hours. I've served as fundraising director for Open Door Ministries in High Point, which is a homeless shelter. I have seen people lose their homes due to job loss, due to crime, addiction. I've seen folks from Western North Carolina coming 3 and 4 hours to High Point due to the devastation of Hurricane Helene. I've watched a young kid cry due to hunger as his mom's job was affected by the government shutdown. I've watched the homeless congregate around a dumpster and sleep on the top of a car engine hood that had warmth so they could stay warm during the night. Lewisville, we don't know how lucky we are. I don't say that because I'm a council member, but because I can look around and see what we aren't facing. I know that there are people in our town who are struggling to make ends meet, but as a town, as a community, we are so fortunate. We're fortunate because we have some of the best schools, the best fire department, the best sheriff's deputies, the best people. We also have the best town staff that are experts, and we have healthy funds to embark on the projects that we want to as a town. And all of that comes from the people that live within our town boundaries and those that come here for work or for events in our square. If our biggest complaints are a new road that bring prosperity and business and charm, roundabouts to relieve pressure on roadways, businesses begging to continue supporting our town and all of its residents, and free events in a beautiful square that bring a little traffic and grayer hair to PJ, we truly forget how lucky we are sometimes. I love this town, and my family has called Lewisville home before it was Lewisville. My mother's ancestors of the Hallowasaponi tribe utilized the Native American warriors path as a trade route right along the Yadkin River and on what is today, or what was, the Great Wagon Road. I am the youngest person to ever serve on this council, and that is something I do not hold lightly. The town trusted me and my inexperience to stand here and to serve you, and that I thank you for. My final thought is this, especially to the next council. We're on this earth for a short while. The Bible tells us our time on earth is fleeting. So let's utilize this time and this position that you're about to become in place of on this dais to build our neighbors and our souls. The land we have, the cars we drive, the homes we build, they're nothing to us once we leave this earth. Let's focus on what really matters and realize truly how lucky we are to have one another and have the people in this town. Thank you for allowing me to serve you as a representative. For that, I'm truly grateful. Thank you.
Mr. Long.
Well, a lot of people have spoken this evening, and I first and foremost want to say thank you to the Lord, my Savior, for this opportunity to be able to serve the town. And second of all, I want to thank the residents of Lewisville for entrusting me to serve them this past term. Third people I'd like to say thank you to is our council. It's been a pleasure serving with all of you. We've had some great discussions, and the best part about those discussions is not everybody has the same idea, and you're able to hear out some great ideas from other people and allow you to look at things differently in a different perspective. And then I definitely want to thank the town staff. You're phenomenal. I mean, you really do such a great job running this town. It really makes it easy on the council. The collaboration that you have together as a staff, just everything that you handle within the town limits is wonderful. So get ready, new council. Be grateful of who you have in place, because they will help guide you in the right direction. Tom and I both ran. Either of us got reelected, and I've had some people say, well, aren't you upset? And I said, not really. I said, I'm 50 years old. Would I love to serve the town again? Of course. But I'm also, I've seen in my life where God's always been present. And his choice this time is for me not to be on the council. And he has other things for me to do. But he decided that all of you will serve. So with that, I just want to say thank you for all being here. Thank you for the opportunity to be able to serve on this council. And God bless you.
Thank you, council members. As you've heard me say on numerous occasions, the prerogative of the mayor to speak last is always one that I enjoy. And this evening is no exception to that. I do want to recognize one person before I give my comments, and that's Ms. Joyce Walker. She was our town clerk for a long time, 19 years, 20 years? 20 years. 23 years.
Don't believe that.
And, just as much as Bo has been a part of it, Joyce certainly is one of the reasons why Lewisville is a great place to live. So thank you, Joyce. It's good to see you here tonight. On a Thursday night, 33 years ago, in a room much smaller than this one, just across the street in the G. Galloway Reynolds Community Center, I stood with a group of 7 individuals and took my first oath of office, part of Lewisville's second council. Ken and Jane, we were there together on that occasion in 1993. Jane, we have served together for 15 years, and Ken, we've shared these seats for 24 years. That's a long time, but to me it feels like really only yesterday. The two of you have helped keep the ship steady and on a course that has made our town the wonderful place that it is. We've traveled through this adventure together, and what a ride we've had. I know you are proud of what we've accomplished. To you both, my greatest appreciation for your wisdom, for your experience, your advice, your dedication, support, and of course, your friendship. Thursday evenings will not be the same. Tom, over the years, you have made a lasting contribution to our community, serving on our planning board, on council, and as one of 5 mayors. Your thinking and insight have not just been out of the box, but on occasion they've been out of this world. True. Thank you for presenting options and possibilities that we may never have considered without you. Melissa, what an amazing partner you have been as our Mayor Pro Tem. Your kindness of heart, your deep concern for our residents, all that has been a constant reminder to me of the reasons why we serve. I'm so very glad we had this experience together. Monty and Ivan, while our association has been much shorter, I have relied on you both to bring new and different perspectives to the council. You are valuable voices that I have listened to and learned to respect. I wish you both well and encourage you to stay engaged in our community. There are so many of you throughout our little town and in this room tonight who over the years have helped build community. Through your work as volunteers on our boards and committees and service on our council, through your participation in our community organizations and churches, I hope you know how much of a lasting impact you have made on our little town and on me. Naming all of you would carry us much longer into the evening. However, you know who you are, and you know what you've done through so many selfless acts over the years and through your individual acts of kindness and care for each other. You are why Lewisville is such a special place. All of you have become part of my family, and I will be forever grateful. And how can I not mention our amazing town staff, who over the years have been so supportive of our vision, embracing Lewisville as their own, not just a place where they come to work. You have my sincerest gratitude for always having my back and caring so much about our town. I'm truly going to miss seeing you at my little desk at Town Hall. Tonight, just as it was 33 years ago when I took my first oath of office, my beautiful bride stood with me. There has been a lot of dinners without me, lots of last-minute changes of our plans, lots of times away at events and meetings, but through it all, your support and understanding has been unwavering. Your advice has been invaluable. Your encouragement when I was down lifted me. And of course, your love has been and will continue to be my North Star. I'm looking forward to our next adventure together. To our next mayor and council, I know all of us sitting up here wish you the best. We stand ready to assist you in any way we can. We not only want you to succeed, we want you to excel. That's what our residents deserve, and that's what they've learned to expect. While we've had partisan elections forced on us, I hope you will remember that the best leadership and decisions are not partisan. First and foremost, your decisions should always be about doing what's best for all of our residents. Serving on the council and being your mayor has been a wonderful experience for me. I've said many times, this is the best job I've ever had. Working together, we've had so many successes, from our Shalford Square to our amazing Mary Alice Warren Community Center, and so much more. I expect tomorrow when I wake up, my world will feel very different. My bride and I will have our morning coffee together and talk about the day ahead. So many of those conversations over the years have been about our little town, how proud I am to be part of it, and what I'm going to do that day to be the best mayor I can be. Our conversations will still be about how proud we are of Lewisville, but it will just be from a little different perspective. I'll end my comments as I did in my last newsletter column by paraphrasing a quote from one of my favorite writers, Garrison Keillor. Be well, do good work, show kindness and compassion, and please stay in touch. Thank you, my friends. I'll see you around town. Okay, kids, it's picture time. I think we can gather up our belongings and head down to the front of the dais. Yeah.
Around in here, Melissa. There we go. On behalf of the town of Lewisville, we thank you for your commitment to community, your service to the residents, and your dedication over the years. On behalf of town staff, your support has been invaluable. And from your town manager, I am so grateful to each of you for your guidance, your mentorship, and your trust. Tonight, we present to you plaques in appreciation of your years served on the Lewisville Town Council. Thank you.
Get a break. So we disappear into the sunset. Yeah, I think we can just move out around and, oh, when they leave, that's right, you can sit there. Very good. Brenda, did you see that instruction he just gave himself? You've taught him a whole lot on where to go and what to do and how to do it. Very good, ladies and gentlemen, we are at that time when we're going to swear in our new town council. As we said, this is an exciting time, and this is a lot of familiar faces, some new faces, some faces that I've been around for a long, long, long time. So this is a wonderful evening for us. I'd like to recognize at this moment and bring forward, I'm going to be sure I get this title correct, Associate Justice of the North Carolina Supreme Court. Is that correct? That's correct. Curtis H. Allen. Come on up, Curtis. I think we'll lock you in right there for a second. Very good. And Judge Allen will do our swearing-in ceremony this evening. Mayor-elect, Mr. Carter, please come up.
Ready? Please place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Billy Carter,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and maintain
that I will support and maintain
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina, not inconsistent therewith,
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina, not inconsistent therewith,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as mayor,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as mayor.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Mayor.
Mayor Horn, it's not low, isn't it? I'm messing with you. Well, thank you all for coming today. First, before I begin, Veronica, well, I guess you're here. I want to make sure my sound is good for the audio. Thank you so much. All right. Good evening, everyone. Citizens of Lewisville, Mayor Horn, our outgoing town council, our town manager Stacy Talbert, our town clerk Angie Lord, our partners with the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office, thank you for coming, and also our town attorney Al Andrews, thank you so much for coming as well. Every member of every citizen committee who could show up as well, whether it's Parks and Recreation or the Art Committee or Beautification Committee, thank you guys for all coming out tonight. All of our family and friends who also can make it today, thank you for supporting the new town council and the outgoing town council as well. And last but not least, hello to all the folks who are watching at home, who could not make it here tonight, who are watching on Facebook Live or Spectrum Cable News Channel 6. Thank you guys for all coming. A big thank you to my mom, Jennifer Wolf, for coming as well. You guys don't know this is her bedtime. So for her to even be here at this time of night, to be out of the house is a blessing. So I thank you for coming as well, Mama. I'd like to tell you guys all a story about the power of civic engagement. I hope it touches your hearts as you hear this. This evening for me is a full circle moment from my life. I'll give you guys, we'll go back in history to January 17th, 2025. That day changed my life forever. That day, I stumbled across a news article that the North Carolina Supreme Court had an election where a justice won her election, and she won by 700 votes, and instead of the other person conceding the election, it got challenged. One day I saw on the news that 65,000 votes were being challenged in our own state from an election that happened last year. At this point, it's January. I'm wondering, how can that even happen? How can one election from one race on a ballot be challenged and not the whole ballot? After several recounts, it was apparent that this person won the election, but her opponent went to the courts. Our very own state Supreme Court blocked her certification of her election. 65,000 working class voters in our state, some who serve overseas in the military, all were at risk of having their voices stripped from them
by the decision by our state Supreme Court, including a few of my own friends that I love as well. Through no fault of their own, their ballots were being challenged in court. And just a really example, guys, of voter suppression is really real. And I want to use this platform to tell you guys that it changed my life forever that day. Many of you who are in this room know about this Supreme Court case that happened. Eventually, the federal court settled it, thank God, but it was a very close call, and there was almost a really attack on the democratic process of America. They say that great things never come in comfort zones. And so that day, guys, I was so uncomfortable. I will never forget that day ever in my life. And that day, I told myself I had to do something about this. I prayed to God to give me the strength and the wisdom to make a difference in this world, to give me the power to inspire people who are discouraged by the system not working for them. Citizens who are on the left, right, and center are rapidly losing hope in the political process as we speak. Deep down, people just want a leader who will fight for them. The voices of the people can never be canceled or dismissed, and they never should be. In Lewisville, we have the exact same problem, guys. In Lewisville, there's been a fear that the voices of our town will be robbed from us by folks who are in Raleigh. Building developers who get into politics to get a better slice of the pie for their development business as opposed to doing it the right way. Laws and bills that are being pushed to take the power of Lewisville away are happening right now, and they're working on it right now. The voices of the people can never be dismissed or silenced. Lewisville, myself, our new town council, will all be fighting for you guys. We don't work for developers. We don't work for folks in Raleigh. We don't work for folks in D.C. We work for you guys. And that's my first message for the town. Thank you, guys. God bless you all.
So it's my understanding that when I say state your name, you're going to do it one at a time. Okay. So, everybody ready? Okay. Please place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand, and then repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Mac Wilder. I, Brady Allen.
I, Stacey Carson Howard. I, Geraldine Gallagher. Suzanne Gibson.
Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and maintain the Constitution and laws of the United States and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina, not inconsistent therewith, and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina, not inconsistent therewith, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as council member. So help me God. Congratulations.
All right, folks. I will now call a short recess. We have some cake for you guys and some drinks so you can have fun with our new town council. In about 20 minutes, we'll come back. We'll be making nominations and appointments for Mayor Pro Tem, as well as our mayor committees as well. So see you guys in a few. Thanks again for you all for staying for part two of today's meeting. I guess half the folks left, but thank you guys for coming out and staying here today. First up for new business will be the election of the Mayor Pro Tem. Nominations for Mayor Pro Tem, traditionally it's the individual with the largest amount of votes. I am asking for a motion to elect Stacy Howard as our Mayor Pro Tem.
Mayor, I'd be happy to make the motion for that.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, any discussion, guys? Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, and that passes. Stacy Howard is our new Mayor Pro Tem, Lewisville. Now we'll go ahead and get her sworn in.
So please place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Stacy Bryson Howard,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
and maintain the Constitution
and maintain the Constitution
and the laws of the United States
and the laws of the United States
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws
of North Carolina,
of North Carolina,
not inconsistent therewith,
not inconsistent therewith,
and that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
as Mayor Pro Tem,
as Mayor Pro Tem.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mayor Pro Tem Howard.
All right. Next up, we will have our council appointment considerations. Council, I have sent and spoken to you all. We've all had a chance to come together regarding the names for my appointments for the various boards and committees. I will have Stacy Talbert, our town manager. She will give a description of each of the 4 committees and also who we have as my appointments. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Carter. First up is the Winston-Salem Area Transportation Planning Organization Transportation Advisory Committee. That is a long name. You can use the acronym. This committee is composed of elected officials and some non-elected officials who serve as a forum for cooperative transportation planning and decision-making. This committee makes decisions on transportation planning policies and procedures, projects, and funding for our area. Mayor Carter has appointed, or would like to appoint himself as the primary for this committee, and then Councilmember Fred Franklin as the alternate. Next is the Piedmont Triad Regional Council, or PTRC. The PTRC is an association of local governments, like a council of governments, if you will, who provide management, planning, and technical services to local governments. The chosen delegate will serve on the PTRC Board of Delegates to collaborate with others on setting policy, PTRC budgets, etc. Mayor Carter would like to appoint Councilmember Fred Franklin as the primary and Mayor Pro Tem Stacy Howard as the alternate. Next is the Special Projects Review Committee. This is a Lewisville-specific committee. 3 council members are appointed to serve as advisory to the council on matters regarding nonprofit funding allocations, grants awarded, and fee exemption requests for our town facilities. Mayor Carter would like to appoint Member 1, Mayor Pro Tem Stacy Howard, Member 2, Councilmember Jerry Gallagher, and Member 3, Councilmember Mac Wilder. And the last committee is the administrative group. This is a group of 3 made up of the mayor and 2 other council members who meet with the town manager to review goals that are set by the manager, and review to ensure goals are being met, performance of the manager, and other topics such as benefits to the manager. Mayor Carter would like to appoint himself, Mayor Carter, Councilmember Brady Allen, and also Councilmember Suzanne Newsom.
All right, council, I would like to may I have a motion to approve these appointments as presented?
I move that the council appointments as made by Mayor Carter be approved.
I second.
All right, do we have any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, guys, those are our committees going forward. Next, we will have our admin reports. We'll begin with our town manager, Stacy Tolbert.
All right. So the upcoming events and everything happening in December and early January. First off, this Sunday is the 40th annual Lewisville Christmas Parade hosted by the Lewisville Civic Club. December 14th at 3 p.m. The roads will close at 2:30, so make sure you get in your spots ready to get some candy. Town offices will be closed December 24th, 25th, and 26th, and also January 1st in observance of the upcoming holidays. Christmas tree pickup begins January 12th. Residents need to have their trees out at the street by 6 a.m. with all lights and decorations removed, and we asked that you go ahead and try to get them out there. There will only be one pass through town. And the last thing I'd like to mention, you don't see it on your agenda, but the Shallow Ford Foundation has been very busy awarding grants in our area. Specifically for Lewisville, they awarded a grand total of $19,700 to 6 different recipients who will provide events, classes, and programs at our Mary Alice Warren Community Center. So I just wanted to make that plug for them and tell them that we are so thankful for the support of the foundation and everything that they show for Lewisville. For our programs and events and classes at the community center. Always, you can visit our town website, www.lewisvillenc.net, for more information.
All right, thank you, Stacy. Next, we will have our clerk's report from our town clerk, Miss Angie Lord.
Mr. Mayor and Council, I just wanted to bring up a couple of dates for you to make note on. On January the 30th and 31st, we will be having our council retreat that will be held at the Mary Alice Warren Community Center. I also have now officially got all of you registered for the Essentials of Municipal Government that we will attend in February on the 19th and the 20th. And then also board and committee appointments there's some terms that will be expiring in March. So we will be advertising for people to reapply if they want to continue to serve on the board or committee that they are on. And those applications will be coming in through the end of January, and we hope to make those appointments for those terms to be effective beginning April the 1st. We also have 3 current openings, one for Parks and Rec, and one for the Municipal Service District, which is Area 2. And then we have one for a zoning board of adjustment. So we are currently advertising for those as well.
Awesome. Well, I'll say that the Parks and Recreation Committee seems to be a pathway to mayor, so that might be a good committee for folks to join.
Madam Clerk, can I ask a question? The committee appointments that are currently open, we'll fill those as soon as possible rather than waiting until March. Is that correct?
That is correct. We have opened the application process up through the end of January just for those, and then those people are welcome to reapply to serve again for that next full term. They would only be completing the current open term.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Guys, any other questions? All right. Next up, for the good of order, we will have public comments. Folks, you will have the second of your opportunities to speak to the council. We would love to have any of your thoughts. Some of you may have already signed up. If you didn't, that's okay. You can still come up and speak. Any folks who have signed up? Maybe not. Well, I guess now we'll take folks from the floor. How you doing?
Give him a microphone. My name's Harry Morley. I live at 126 Buckingham Road, 27104. First, I'd like to say congratulations to all you guys. And I love Lewisville. We come up here all the time for neighborhood night out and the food trucks. And we used to love the plays there, and we come to the concerts. So please try to keep that going because it means a lot to a lot of people like us. I'm running for Congress in North Carolina's 10th Congressional District. I feel like I got to address something here tonight. I'm here tonight as a neighbor who believes that Lewisville needs to protect every one of its residents, our communities of color, our immigrant families, and anyone who deserves safety, dignity, freedom from fear, harm, and violence. I'm asking you guys to think about creating a resolution calling for the blocking and use of Miami City property from immigration enforcement activities. Across western North Carolina, ICE has escalated, and it's ramped up. 2 weeks ago, I think Monday, we had 80 kids absent from my school, and that's wrong. Kids scared to go to school. I think it's 2,000 through a district-wide. That's wrong. They're a community. They're part of our community. They work hard. They pay in the taxes here. They need your support. People should not live in fear, harm, and violence. I'm running for Congress because I believe government, local, state, or federal, works for people, everybody here. These are your bosses, right here. They're what's most important, everything else. When I go to Congress, I want to work with you guys. I will show up, and I want to hear what you guys need. I was in Newton the other night. They need some serious infrastructure needs as far as water system and electrical grid goes. Think about broadband, whatever you need. I want to work with you when I get there. We may not control federal policy from this room, but we can decide what happens in your own city. And that's important. You can choose to stand with the families, not against them. So tonight I'm going to urge you city leaders to think about passing a resolution that you either support your Hispanic community of color, because they work for you and you work for them. You got to remember that. And the Constitution doesn't say we the people. It doesn't say we the citizens. It says we the people. And that gives everybody the Fourth and Fifth Amendment rights.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for that. And once again, I'm Harry Morley, running for Congress. Hopefully I can get your vote, and you'll see me again. I really enjoy Lewisville.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, any other folks for public comments? All right. Next, we will have our council comments. Any last comments from council for tonight? Fred? You guys good? Well, I'll wrap up. Go ahead, Susan. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'll make a statement. Okay. We are living through a season of expectation, of preparation, and surely on a worldwide basis, but also on a personal, Lewisville-sized scale. We have campaigned, made speeches, studied, attended meetings. I have signed enough documents to get a heart transplant. And Justice Allen came from a far distance to swear us in. I think, oh my goodness, how much paperwork a member of the highest court in the state must have to sign. Yes, the ethics policy and the social media policy are intended to hold us to a high standard. But I long for the day when those documents are needed, that we will all have a deep and profound sense of justice and fairness guiding our decisions. Shoot, we might not even have to redistrict North Carolina every 2 years.
Next, Jerry?
Yes. I would like to take this opportunity to, I look at this as a real thank you, and a lot of the people that I want to thank have gone out, but Ken Sadler told me that he's going to watch it on TV, so I hope he hears all these comments. First of all, I'd like to thank constituents for putting their faith in me, and it's truly an honor to serve on town council. I want to thank Fred Franklin, who gave us a spreadsheet to identify all the experienced people who have now left council, but Fred's here and he has a lot of experience. But he broke it down according to terms of office. So I'm going to start with Ken Sadler to thank him. And I consider him our founding father because without him, there may be no Lewisville, because he was here when it was first incorporated. Now, I met with I met with Ken briefly, and while I was campaigning, and I said to him, you know, he's been on for so long and serving, I said, you must really like it. You like being on the council. He goes, no, I just love the town. Now, that's him, and that's so true. Then I want to thank that Mayor Horn, who's gone, who had 14 terms of service, 6 as mayor, and I consider him our distinguished leader who always led with diplomacy, integrity, and a big heart. I want to thank Jane Welsh for her 8 terms and thank her for her calm demeanor and kindness. I want to thank Tom Lawson, 5 terms, 1 as mayor, for his expertise on the planning board. He said to me, one of the meetings I was attending is, Jerry, this is going to be fun. So I'm going to hold him to that. We'll check in later. See how it goes. I want to thank Melissa Hunt. She is here. 3 terms, Mayor Pro Tem, for her astute questions and her friendly, welcoming manner, always. I want to thank Ivan Hoffman, who did 1 term, who talked about his deep roots in the community, but I have a strong feeling he will be in politics, if not here, then in his new hometown, and I want to wish him luck on his new home. And I want to thank Monty Long, 1 term, who is always open to many points of view, and I feel Monty will be back. So now it is my turn to listen, to learn, and to lead with honesty, integrity, and an open mind. Thank you very much.
Stacey, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. I would also like to thank, first of all, my Heavenly Father God for guiding me through this election, and to all my Greek Orthodox girlfriends that came out here to support me tonight and told me, you're going to be the first Greek American on the Lewisville Town Council. So we really are everywhere.
There you go.
But I'm looking forward to working with this council. We are so blessed that we have staff. And I worked with this for the town for 19 years, just recently retiring in July. And you're in good hands. They're going to make your life so much easier, I promise. And just know they're always there for you. So if you ever have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. They will be your light in the darkness, I promise you. But I'm here to serve. You all know where to find me. This time I won't be actually planning the events at the square. I'll be sitting in a chair watching them. I look forward to working with each and every one of you. Thank you all.
Brady, go ahead.
Thank you guys so much for coming tonight to attend our council meeting and support us as we are sworn in and take our chairs here. And there's several people I'd like to thank. First off, as Stacy also mentioned, you know, my Savior, Jesus Christ. Also, my parents who are here in the audience tonight, my mom and dad. And also along the way, I've had many people come, friends, family who've supported me up to this point. And I'd like to thank them, some of which were in the back and slipped out during the recess after they got their cake. And so I think the reason they came was for the cake. But I would like to thank all of the residents of Lewisville, the voters, for entrusting me to help lead our town. I am really excited to serve the town of Lewisville and to help keep it the great place to live that it has been and will continue to be. And I want to be someone, a council member, who is very approachable. And so please feel free to stop and have conversations with me before and after council meetings. Please feel free to email me. Many of the public know that I spend a lot of time at the coffee mill here in Lewisville. Please have conversations with me and express to me what may be your concerns. And also, please share with me some positive thoughts as well. And I look forward to serving our town. Thank you, guys.
I'll defer to Mr. Wilder.
Go ahead, Matt.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out, and I look forward to serving on town council. I've met a lot of new people, and some of these people I've known for quite some time. You're going to know me as the dog that caught the car. I've said this about people who didn't really know what they were doing, and now I find myself in the same situation. I support Harry's motion to provide something to keep, is this specifically towards ICE? Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, we need to do something about that on the town level. I support that 100%. I'm going to be a noun and a verb and a community pool. That's the issue I chose to run on. So I hope you don't get tired of hearing me say that. But I'm going to get a new email. Send me emails in support or against, and I will start tracking where we stand. I walked to 500 houses, and I talked to people. I asked for a vote. I supported my Democratic candidates, but then I talked about a community pool. My background, when I was in the Marine Corps, I was a water safety survival instructor, and the Marine Corps tried to make sure everybody could swim because we lost a lot of people in World War II and Vietnam, and we ran 1,400 people off a 3-meter platform, and my job was to go pick them up off the bottom of the pool, get them to the side of the pool, and then I spent the next 3 weeks trying to teach them how to swim until help could come if it was needed. I learned how to swim at a community pool. I didn't take Red Cross lessons. I eventually taught people with the Red Cross. I think the next generation or the generations moving forward need to have an affordable community pool to learn how to swim. We've all heard those evening news reports where somebody's fallen out of a boat or fallen off get caught in a stream. Teaching people how to swim, that really drives me. And I hope we can make that come to fruition. We're going to be good stewards of our money, all of us. And I hope at the end of 2 years, you guys are happy with what I did. Thanks a lot.
All right. Fred.
A little less than 2 years ago, I was occupying the seat that I'm currently occupying right now. I vacated it on December the 14th of 2023. So at the time, I really didn't envision ever coming back. A few things happened. One of them being, I guess, May, June timeframe of 2024 when HB 1064, I believe, or something like that got passed and forced the partisan politics upon the 7 small municipalities in Forsyth County. And then I guess another thing that sort of got my attention was when the majority of the sitting council that has just departed from up here announced that they were not going to run for another cycle of office. So I contemplated whether to throw my hat in the ring, and I did. And I ran. My motto was the fact that I had experience, and I felt like folks had trusted me to elect me 10 times up to that point. Tonight it was an honor to take the oath of office for the 11th time, and I've seen a lot of changes through the years. When I was sitting there on the front row waiting our turn, I got to thinking that everybody that was up here, with the exception of Ivan and Monte, I had served at least 4 years with them during their tenure. Some obviously with Ken and Jade and Mike, many more than 4 years. But Melissa and I sat side by side for 4 years, and so forth. So anyhow, I'm looking forward to the next 2 years. Hopefully I can be there for the rest of the council as they need me, and be there for the residents of the town at all times as they need me to help address maybe issues that they're facing in their neighborhoods and so forth. And with that, I'm going to just wrap it up and again thank my wife for supporting me through the years and tolerating me for the times that I come in, and I'll try not to dump my bucket in public, but once I shut the door and get inside the house, sometimes I do dump my bucket, so we'll leave it at that. Thank you much.
I'll go ahead and wrap up. Well, first, I would like to thank God, for the opportunity to be here today. My journey into politics is very unique, as many of you may have heard who have done the research on me, but it's been a blessing to have new conversations every day, to meet folks here in Lewisville, to hear stories of years past and the history of the town and how it came to be. I had a great dinner with the Lewisville Historical Society a few nights ago. Had some great conversations there. Look forward to partnering with them. I want to thank you to the outgoing town council. First, I'll begin with Melissa, since I see you first. You guys have all been so warm to me. From the day that I filed, I never felt like any energy at all. You guys have just been so warm and gracious. Ivan let me in his house. I think we had pizza together, me and his fiance maybe, or his fiance. Thank you for that time, Ivan, and what you shared with me that night really helped me with making sure I could serve the town adequately. So thank you for your time. I thank you for Tom Lawson. Tom and I had lunch at Don Tequila over there on Haynes Mall. We had a great time. Tom has so much wisdom that he shared with me, and he didn't have to meet with me. He didn't have to give me any of that information that he had, but I'm so thankful that he did. Thank you to Dr. Sadler. Dr. Sadler has been a great ally of mine these past few months. I can speak to one conversation with Dr. Sadler when we spoke about the referendum for the 2 versus 4 years in staggered terms. And one thing he said to do was take a position, take a position, because of course there's pros and cons that people can say for either or, but the main thing is as a leader, from what he said, is that you want to take a position and stand by it. And so after talking with him, that was really a good conversation that he and I had. I plan to stay in contact with Dr. Sadler as well. Jane Welch has been very warm to me every time I see her. It's hard to describe when people you don't even know treat you as if they know you for years. And that's kind of a feeling that I have with the whole council. Ivan, I'm sorry, not Ivan, but Monty as well. Monty works in insurance, which is something that's close to my profession, and so we have that synergy there. He's been a really good partner and has also been a good ally for me as well. Lastly, Mayor Horn. He's not in here today, but guys, he's such a great leader for the town. He seems to have an invested interest in my success, and he treats me like that. He treats me like he really wants me to be successful, and we've had so many great conversations. We'll sit here for hours sometimes these past few weeks just talking, and I'll always remember that, someone with his wisdom. And I thank you to the current council for really making it to where we can come in, and it's not like we're having to clean up a bunch of messes. This town is running very smoothly. It's very beautiful. It's very clean already. Our town staff is very hardworking. I'm sure it's hard to find good staff and to find a good team that coincides and can mesh very well. And for the current council, I'm sure it wasn't easy to get to the right town manager and get to the right people, but you got there, and we thank you for that, honestly, for making it easier for us. Thank you to my mom again. I know you're tired. I know you're ready to go to bed. I know you are, but you stayed for the second half, which I thank you for doing that. My mom has been my everything for me, guys, since for all my whole life. Came from a single parent household, and one thing that I can remember about my mom is to never settle. Always be looking to do better, to achieve. Satisfaction can mean the end of your desire, and that's a sad thing when you don't desire more. So you want to be striving, and so I watched her, put herself through school, get her MBA. It's wonderful just to have you as a role model for my whole life. So I thank you there. Thank you again to our town staff, John, Angie, Al. Can't wait to work with you guys. John is the tree man. He knows trees very well. If you guys ever want to have a tree question about, if your tree's not acting right, John will make your tree act right for you. So that's how good he is with the trees. So thank you, John. I thank you to our current council, Mac Wilder. When I told you guys my story about, that day I saw the Supreme Court and all that, so my first step was when I called, the local party. I'm not going to say any names, but I started going to precinct meetings and started doing precinct organizing. And so I first met Mac Wilder probably back in March, April, after the convention, and he showed me how to run a precinct. You guys know that the basic level of each political party is the precinct itself. It's the neighborhoods that come together to support each other. And so working with our local precinct, 71, these past few months, this summer, has been a very good help for me being a newcomer into the whole, this whole space. So thank you for that, Mac. Thank you to Suzanne Newsom. Suzanne is a wizard. She really gave me some good information. She does her homework, and that's why I'm so glad that she's here. She does her homework, and she is very diligent as well. She brought some information to us that, and did some research that I think really was pivotal for the folks in Lewisville, and really does a good job there. Everything by the book, Suzanne. Stacy Howard is, before Mayor Horn won last time, but there was 30 write-in votes for mayor for Stacy Howard. That's how popular she was. I saw that. I'm like, dang, 30 write-in votes. So she's very, very popular in the town. She's been working for years with the town staff. That would be great for us on the council who are new to have her. I thank you, Stacy. Every time we have an event somewhere, if I'm, I don't know everyone yet, but I know if I go around Stacy, I'll look cool if I'm hanging with Stacy. So, so that's why I always find Stacy at these events. Jerry, it's been great to work with you as well. And Duffy, your husband as well. You guys have been wonderful for me. Thank you for your experience coming from the school board, not this school board, guys, but there's a school board back in New York. She was on the board there, so she brings knowledge to our whole council in that capacity. Very fun-loving person, Jerry, as well.
And thank you for bringing up my husband, because I was just saying, I'm going to get in trouble at home if I don't thank my campaign manager, my daughter is in the audience, and my grandson. So thank you for all your love and support. And even today, it's like, he's always behind me, always support me, and my daughter. And the kids or grandkids have loved it that Grandma's on town council and running for office. Okay.
Yeah, next we have Mr. Brady. So when I first filed to run in this election, the first person from the opposing party, which, this is the first partisan election, but it didn't matter to Brady Allen. He reached out to me and was very warm. We had coffee at the coffee mill. One thing I can say about Brady is he doesn't love politics, he loves Lewisville. And that's the main thing that when you meet Brady, that you'll learn about him. And so I think, for one, we're both 90s babies. I'm 92, he's 98. And so I feel so much in common with him. We both are going through the same, journeys in our lives, which is a wonderful thing. And I can't wait to, I think, learn from each other, and go forward with you, Brady. You're a really good man, and I really appreciate the time we've had together.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. And then Fred Franklin. So I think Fred gives the whole town a sense of like, we can exhale. At least there's somebody here who knows what they're doing. And so I'm glad that Fred is here. Fred, coming to all the town council meetings, we would sit together, and Fred has always been a pretty honest and open person. Thank you for your expertise and helping to serve on the PTRC again for us, as you've been doing for all those years. And so I know we're going to lean on you a lot for your expertise in certain areas. And for me as a leader, that's what it's all about, is leaning on the people around you. We all have different, diverse backgrounds that we come from, but we all bring skill sets to the table that I can't wait to tap into as a council. So, guys, of course, this is our first partisan council for Lewisville. What I told, I think I told Brady, but yeah, they can stop us from being nonpartisan, but they can't keep us from being bipartisan. And so that's the one thing that I want folks to understand, is that even though there are Ds, there are Rs, and now you see it now, you can look us up and see what our party doesn't really matter when it comes to Lewisville town business and what we do and how we fill potholes and how we build this town. So we're working together. We're looking forward to working for you guys and being a team for the town going forward. So nothing to worry about with this new council. You guys will be in good hands. So those are all my remarks. Is there any other business to come before the council today? Okay. Well, I would like to ask for a motion to adjourn. One thing I'll say before I go, guys, thank you again, Fred, for your tip. when it comes to our pay as council members, the longer we are on this board talking to you guys, the lesser we're getting paid per hour. So when it comes to our meetings, we will be looking to get them done, not have you here all night long, because it cuts into our hourly pay, honestly, guys. So-
Motion to adjourn.
So, yeah.
And I'll second.
And Freddie seconds. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
I
Thank you.
second that.
Awesome, awesome.
All the questions.
All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned, guys. Thank you so much.
Good job, man.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Good job.
Thank y'all.